Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're watching Attack on Titan. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're watching episode 9 of season 4 of Attack on Titan. I have not been eager to watch this. It's funny because sometimes there's so much action and just everything, like your adrenaline's pumping, and I'm like, oh, I have to watch the next episode. And that last episode did not leave me with that feeling, and I needed a break. And I took a break. I did go and get some french fries and some chicken nuggies. It was midnight, and did it make me feel better? Yes. Was it a great idea? No. But, you know, losing Sasha is incredibly painful because she's been around since almost the beginning. Like what? Like episode 3, episode 4, I forget when Potato Girl is established. I think the entire episode I was worried about Gabi killing somebody. And because of like the long shots that we had, especially of like Armin and Eren, you know, like I get that they hadn't seen each other in a really long time, but that long look while they're hanging off the side of an airship, I'm just like, can we step inside? Like there's somebody out there with a gun. And, you know, even like with like Sasha, Jean, and Connie like staring out the doorway and then like hugging and still being visible from the doorway. And then that long pan out, I was like, she's going to shoot somebody. I was already prepared for her to shoot somebody, which is why even though it happened and it was a shock and it was sad, I think had it come from out of nowhere, it didn't like really, it wasn't established that Gabi was going to shoot somebody, that the, you know, title of the episode wasn't like, what was it, Assassin's Bullet or something like that. Like then I wouldn't really have thought that deeply into it. I would have been like, well, that's a weird shot. That's an odd shot. And then it would have been like, bam, dead. And I would have been like, are you kidding me? I am going to miss Sasha so much. And like this group has been together for such a long time that they're not going to get over it. Like they're not going to get over it right away. It's not something that they could just walk away from. Like there is such a tight-knit group because of what they've been going through for the past, what's it been, like 9 years? I mean, ever since Bertolt and Reiner attacked. It's so funny because when I say that, it used to be the Colossal and the Armored Titan because I didn't know who they were. And now because I know who they were, I have to say their names. And saying their names is still hard. You know, I wasn't emotionally attached to Bertolt, but everyone knows how much I love Reiner and his character and how complicated he is. And it's really hard to say that they started this 9 years ago. And Sasha was just killed by Reiner's cousin. I knew that Gabi was going to be hard to deal with in human form as Gabi. If she gets a Titan, like that's bad news bears. Like, I mean, I would worry about Armin and he can blow everything up. She'd find a way around it somehow because she's like that smart. Like she could just see things and get shit done, and it's scary. Now, the big reveal wasn't just that Sasha was killed, but also that Zeke was working with Eren and they were orchestrating this whole thing because they were trying to protect Galliard and Peak and one of the followers of Zeke with the stupid beards. You know, like she thought that she had gotten the job done, which she did, but the Panzer unit kind of messed everything up. So now we have all these followers of Zeke. I'm imagining they come across, they land, and I don't know if they are met with force, intimidation, compassion, kindness, but I feel like Zeke was sending over people specifically to go over, and not that they automatically trust, but like it was more so you're on a mission because you're a follower of mine. I thought maybe it was like they're just going over there, they're capturing them and just being like, whoever like decides that they're going to fight for us, they're going to fight for us. I don't think that's the way that happened. I think Zeke orchestrated this whole thing. Now the question is why? I was also not confused, but of course they had it in the books that Grisha wrote that Zeke is of royal blood and is Dinah's son. Duh. So when he says, not only do you have the founding Titan, but you have a Titan with royal blood, I don't know why in my head I was like, the Warhammer Titan was royal blood. No. Because I was like, Is that the way that works? Does Aaron now have royal blood? He's talking about himself. They already know. I was like, well, he wouldn't say that out and loud in front of them because they don't know that he has royal blood. Oh, yeah, they do. 4 years ago. Like, sometimes when you catch things on the rewatch or you have somebody point something out to you and you're like, no, it's because I thought, he wouldn't want to expose himself as somebody who's a Titan who has royal blood. And I was like, wait, Grisha had already did that. So yeah, sometimes when you're watching, you definitely digest those things a little bit differently, which now, we do. We have a way of controlling the other Titans, which Zeke could already do, but not having the founding Titan in him, he's not inhibited by the king's will. And I don't know if they have to literally be brothers in arms or like hold hands, Zeke jumps on top of Aaron like a monkey on his back. Like, I don't know. I'm like, literally, how do we make this work and it not be like, let's hold hands or like I'm just gonna grab you by the back of your head and then command Titans. Like, I don't know how it works. So I'm excited to see that. I'm excited to see Aaron use the Warhammer Titan. Again, not confirmed because he didn't use the power, but I'm like 75% sure that he in fact does have the Warhammer Titan and not Galliard. Because I couldn't imagine somebody worse having both of those, especially having the Jaw Titan and the Warhammer. Yee. So I'm really hoping that did in fact go down. They normally don't do like a bait and switch thing, and they showed him like glugging down blood. So I assume so. I wish there was like a little sparkle that happened, a little lightning thing that like just showed that like he digested, and yes, he's got the power. He's got the power. Anyway, losing my mind. Now, of course, we have Gabi and Falco on the ship, which in the moment, I hate when I agree with Flock, but I'm like, yeah, throw them out. But I'm like, no, wait, they're kids. They're kids. They're kids. They're kids like Reiner and Bertolt were kids. They're kids like Annie was a kid. They're kids. I love Sasha, and I'm mad at Gabi. But in her mind, she was doing exactly what she needed to do because they attacked them. And she has no idea what parody is like, what those Eldians were like. The Eldians didn't even know that they even existed until 4 years ago. So, and which now I'm kind of curious is like, what's going on in parody? Because like, is it chaos over there? Like, do they have control over things? Does everyone learn to live in harmony? I highly doubt it because we're all human. But, having Gabi and Falco be able to see that is... one, necessary, because Gabi could tell that Reiner was not telling the truth when he's like trying to, it's not even that he was telling the truth, but he was trying to say the truth is just like, I hate them. They're so compassionate and kind and they care about each other. It was just like, hey dude, you probably shouldn't have said anything at all. Your poker face is it's not there anymore. So her flipping her head around to like yell at Jean, I was like, oh, but it being revealed that Zeke was behind it and was helping has got to just be a shock to them. I mean, it was, but like, I don't know what type of shock of like, I can't trust anything that's been going on, or like he's bad, or like, no, we trusted Zeke and like Zeke had our better interest. Like there has to be a reason why he did this. Like, I don't know how these kids think when something like this goes down. Now, Peake was injured, Galliard was damn near close to being eaten, and then Reiner has all but given up. I don't know if Gabi leaving in the airship like will change anything. Falco definitely leaving in the airship. I definitely think that his brother is going to like want to like go after them. I don't know if they're in, I don't think they can because they blew up the port. They can fly airships, but I don't know if it would make it over there. I mean, I guess ours did, but I don't know where ours started and where it came from. I don't know if there's a ship somewhere, if there's another island somewhere. Like, I don't know how any of that works. I don't know if we're going to, open up this next episode in parody, if we're still going to be on the airship. I have no idea, but I am so ready to get into this episode and see kind of the result of what happened, but also what comes next. So guys, let's go.
I guess I should start 3 years ago.
Oh yeah, if we could, that'd be great.
Back when we still could have changed something.
Changed what? Like the way Aaron went about it?
These damned island devils. We need to find out what they're doing now and relay it back to Mark.
Oh, do we? Oh god. Aaron?
Grab onto something!
Yep.
It's
Wow.
a devil!
Man, it's so hard to hear them speak that way. Because they're still just people. Just pick up their ship and carry it inland.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen of Marley!
Angie?
The trip must have left you exhausted, so why not join us for some tea?
You know what? Not what I
almost
expected as a
forgot.
welcoming
If you were
party, but I
curious
love
about
it.
This guest of ours, he arrived just before you, and we're already getting along splendidly. Isn't that right? Tell them, Niccolo.
Oh gosh.
Forget about me and gun these devils down while you can!
Oh boy.
Huh? What are you saying, Niccolo?
He's saying that he doesn't want to be part of your shitty skit.
Yeah. But that was entertaining as hell.
Marley will never bend to the power of devils! This is all she has to say to you!
And what happened? You okay, Hanji? Oh. Oh!
Put your hands up, Yelena!
Okay. Oh, it's her. Okay. Working for Zeke.
Hanji, I'd like to accept your invitation. Let's have some tea.
Let's have some tea with Oyana Capone. I like that guy's name. So a year after Zeke was here, he sent his followers to Parody to somehow break bread with Aaron. I was like, who the hell shot him? Oh, one of his own. Was it Anyan Capone, I think is his name? I might have said it wrong. Either way, Capone is in his name. So he's good in my book. This opening has really grown on me, especially considering we're in the 9th episode, so now I have way more context for what we're seeing. It's gorgeous. Brave volunteers. Anyan Capone. And whoever.
What do you think she's hoping to do?
Can't say. But even if she's on our side, we obviously can't trust her.
Oh, Sasha. You can't go back to that.
If Marley comes to this island in force, we're finished. We've got to do something.
Okay, I can't wait for the plot. Oh, Hanji, don't be looking in that end. Dear God.
Marley's been developing new weapons, too. They're making strides in the field of aerial warfare.
Aerial?
Keep it together.
In other words, they're making flying ships, which can circumvent walls by attacking from the sky.
They'll attack from the sky!
Hanji.
You must have killed all the pure titans that were roaming around.
Show did.
Is my assessment correct?
And what if it is? You gonna take that intel back to Marley?
Easy, Levi. How would she get back?
Never. It's amazing. I am in awe.
Well,
People feared that titan the world over. They called him a devil. But to me, he looked like something else entirely. A god. One that gave hope to the powerless.
yeah. Follower of Zeke.
We're the anti-Marleyan volunteers. And our goal is to free the Eldian people.
That's what I want. I don't want anyone to die, but I don't think there's any hope in that.
We shouldn't even be listening to this.
Oh,
We're talking about the
Jesus.
Beast Titan here. He turned the people of Ragacoin to Titans and spread terror within the walls.
Yes. But just listen.
Zeke Yeager's one and only goal is to steal the founding Titan from this island. He failed to by force, so now he's trying to obtain it through diplomatic means.
I can see why they would think that.
know that we'll assume that. Regardless, I would still like to hear what else he has to say.
Thank you, Pixis! Good.
And to carry this plan out, we would need 2 key assets. The founding Titan and a Titan possessing royal blood. However, he will only reveal the details of his plan after his conditions have been met.
Oh boy.
He's full of shit.
No, he's not.
The Founder's power has always been completely impossible for me to use. The only exception was when I touched a Titan with royal blood. I recognize that Titan from a picture. Dinah Fritz. Zeke is Dinah's son. He must have figured it out too.
Hey,
Yeah, between
why
you
did
two.
you keep quiet about this for so long?
'Cause he sounds like a
Because I was
lunatic.
concerned for Historia's safety.
That too.
At the time, I wasn't sure, and I couldn't let her get turned into a Titan based on some hunch of mine. It wasn't a well-thought-out decision. I see that.
No, it was. It completely was.
If everything that you're saying is true, then Zeke's secret plan holds up.
You trust them? Have you lost your mind, Hanji?
We can't risk letting these Marleyan soldiers roam the island freely.
It's either Marley attacking you and killing you or the rest of the world. Like,
If we want to protect Paradis from Marley's survey ships, we need the volunteers' help.
Yes.
They have something called a radio.
We read you.
Gosh, they're learning all this new technology.
Don't worry, we're sending 2 survey ships your way.
Hey!
What a great
You all
setup.
right? We're coming to pick you up! It's the Colossal Titan!
Oh, so he can he make his explosions smaller or bigger?
Welcome to our
Hello.
defiled island of filth-blooded devils. You're gonna love it here. As long as you like drinking pig piss.
Oh, by the way, why is your skin so dark, Onyon Capone?
Hey, what a great question.
Because our creator thought that things would be more interesting.
That's
If
right.
the world were occupied by many kinds of people. It was God. Well, that's what some people believe. We're all free to think as we like, right?
Right? Yeah, I was wondering if they were gonna like question that. Like, hey, why do you look the way you do? I've never seen anyone look like you.
Have you never had seafood before?
Oh, you guys
Nicolo's
are
a
gonna love
master when it
lobster.
comes to Marleyan cuisine.
Like I care what
Oh, don't eat the shell, Sasha. Okay, she's just ripping that meat out. Oh, girl.
Slow down there, Sasha!
You're a genius. This is the best food I've ever eaten.
Oh.
There's plenty, so take your time.
Oh. God, but it reminds me of Gabi tasting like ice cream for the first time.
At first, we were too suspicious to cooperate in anything. But as we gradually set aside the labels we have for one another and work to see each other as
Wow,
people,
look at the technology they're learning about.
we can reach an understanding.
Yeah, look at it. He softened right up.
Have you seen any of Bertolt's memories?
Yeah. But I didn't notice anything that seemed helpful.
We're short on time. Zeke has less than 3 years to live.
And anything you can say, Armin, would be good.
I just wonder if we really have to threaten the world with the rumbling to protect the Eldian people. Why don't we just talk to them? If we fix the world's misconceptions about us, threats won't be needed.
I am so Armin in this story.
They think that because we can transform into man-eating titans. That's no misconception.
That's true.
We need to show the world our strength.
Aaron. Ugh. Why? Why do we need to see this again?
I can't help but wonder if there was some other path we could have taken, if we'd just seen it.
I mean, I'm with you, Armin.
I used to think that I understood Aaron better than anyone, but I don't know anymore.
Jeez. I mean, you know, Monday morning quarterback, you always wonder if you could have done things a different way. Oh.
Hey! Aren't you a Marleyan? This graveyard is full of people your kind killed.
Hey!
You have no right to come
stop!
here!
Yeah, knock it off!
I'm sorry, but please.
Marleyans can go to hell.
Hey, Niccolo.
You okay?
You barely know any Marleyans.
Shot by a kid who snuck onto the airship? It's too ridiculous to be true.
Yeah, wait till you meet her.
All I did was cook her a meal or two.
Well, it seems
Thank
like it was
you.
more than that.
Thank you for every tasty meal you made for her, Niccolo.
That meant the world to her.
How are you taking it, Connie? Sasha and I were like twins.
Oh.
So it feels like half of me is just gone.
Oh, honey.
It's her family.
Y'all were friends with my daughter, Sasha.
I didn't think I'd be crying again. Jesus.
Your daughter loved my cooking more than anyone else ever will, I think.
Probably.
So, if you ever want to, please come and let me cook you something.
And this would be on the house, right?
Yeah.
I was so hoping for a handshake instead of anger. Oh.
I'm going to kill you and ship your corpse back to Marley with a note about your little plot.
Chill, Levi.
Should spell the end for your grandparents. That
Chill,
said,
Levi.
if this secret plan of yours isn't bullshit, I can wait and chop you up once it's finished.
Chill, Levi. God.
This is all the Titan transformation serum we were able to steal from Marley. Sorry, but it's hard to reproduce.
Yeah,
This should be plenty. I just wish that we were in a position to return your kindness. You turned our
Pixis?
ignorance into hope and got nothing in return.
I love Pixis, I swear.
It is my opinion that we've proven ourselves to be your loyal friends over these past 3 years. This is a shame. The weapons that we offered you as gifts were intended to bring freedom to
Wait.
the Eldian people.
Why are they holding him at gunpoint?
We're going to great lengths to keep Zeke on a tight leash.
I understand. The day will soon come when we sit at the same table once again.
Wait, I don't understand what was just happening in that room.
It's a giant forest, difficult to move through and devoid of boulders.
Oh.
Looks like a fun spot for using ODM gear, too.
Yeah, keep an eye on you.
Quick question. This natural wonder, would you mind letting me show it to Gabi and Falco?
Whether they get to see the sights or not depends on you.
The best person to be in charge of Zeke is Levi, so... But he's supposed to hate each other, man.
I'll kill you, Aaron Yeager.
Calm down, Gabi.
Aaron was ready to do it alone, whether we helped him or abandoned him.
Is Armin talking to them?
We didn't have a choice, any more than the three of you did.
Oh.
Right?
He's talking to Annie.
Say something, please.
Can Zeke do anything to wake her up?
The only way to live is to fight. So fight. Just fight.
What an episode. Okay. There's a lot that was happening there that I need to talk about, which I was so confused because I was like, yes, I agree with Pixis. And I was like, wait, why are they being held at gunpoint? Most likely because they wanted to be reunited with Zeke, and that's not what happened. They took Zeke elsewhere. All right, let's talk about it. Okay, so Zeke had planned this the whole time, which it could be a double cross. You know, Zeke could be like utilizing all the rest of these Eldians and is willing to let them die for his cause being able to wake up the Titans and control them and destroy all of Parody. I don't know if we can trust Zeke 100% at all. I was like, firmly, like, anything Pixis says, I stand behind. But then they panned out, and the Marleyan, or the Eldian, the Marleyan soldiers from Eldia, the Eldian Marleyan, I don't even know, the traitors or the mutineers, like, I'm assuming that they want to be with Zeke, and they are upset that he's been taken elsewhere, and he's in the forest, and I think that they're just trying to make sure that they can trust him, and I totally get it. Levi needs to calm down. Like, but hide your hand a little bit closer to the vest. You know, don't show all your cards and how much you hate Zeke. One, it does establish a little bit of fear in Zeke, like in the last episode when he's like, you keep looking at me like that, I'm gonna piss my pants. You know, like they know how powerful Levi is, and I think Levi loves kind of leaning into that and just kind of making sure Zeke knows exactly where he stands. I mean, they gave us like the Titan serum, so how much more trust needs to be built with them, because now it seems like we crossed them. And maybe they have a bit of an understanding of like, because even Yelena was like, we'll be at the same table once again. Kind of like, you guys are going to get over this. You're going to get around it. Like, we're going to give you your space and your time to think about it. I think that's what's happening. I have no idea. I thought Armin was talking to the kids. He was talking to Annie. I've been wondering, like, when they're going to utilize Annie. Like, can she hear? Can she, like, wake up? Because, I mean, having the jaw tighten would have been really good about them to break her out of that. But one, I don't know how you get the jaw tighten downstairs into where she is and not... I'm trying to think. I feel like the jaw tighten would be smaller titan. So maybe if we had him, but then again, he'd be a mix. If Aaron ate the jaw titan, then, you know, he'd still be, unless he could just be like, okay, jaw titan, and then he like looks completely different and forms completely different. But I was like, he could just break her out that way. Yeah, when Armin says, I wish that we had known if there was a better way. I mean, I get that, but, you know, hindsight's 2020. You can't be a Monday morning quarterback, you know, like you can't go back and change things. So, you know, why let that burden hang around your neck? Just move forward from it in the best way that you can instead of repeating it. You don't shrug it off and you don't not deal with it, but like, you know, you can't change it. So what can I do to make amends or, you know, make up for what I've done? Well, I don't know if you can. I don't know if you can. Yeah, Aaron just being like, we are monsters. We're people that turn into titans. We are monsters. Like, what? Well, maybe they'll think differently after a while. I mean, they haven't. They haven't tried. Anya and Capone, like, when they were just like, hey, why is your skin so dark? I was like, great question. Like, talk about where you're from and how it's different from, you know, Marley or whatever. And, oh gosh, I've already forgotten his name. Nicola, never mind, his name's Nicola, making the food and Sasha just freaking out and loving it and saying it's the best thing she's ever tasted. You know, when he goes to her grave, it's not that he has this overwhelming love for her, at least not that I would think, but like he truly appreciated how much she loved his food. And, you know, I'm a foodie, so like I definitely love going to the same places where I know they make the stuff that I love ever so perfectly, you know, and that meant the world to him. And that, you know, coming together of her family after she had died, I did not expect to see her headstone, and that upset me. I did not expect to see her be killed again, but also her family. I kind of forgot that she had family until I saw her dad, and I was like, oh yeah, her dad. I didn't even think about the fact that she was also using a gun when they arrived to Liberio, because I was like, oh, she's our crack shot, but it was always a bow and arrow. It wasn't a gun. It didn't even occur to me that they hadn't had guns, that they didn't use guns. They didn't know about guns. And then you have Hanji pointing the damn barrel right at her eye. And I'm like, girl, it's like the Luke Skywalker lightsaber thing. I'm like, don't look into the hole. So, but I mean, in the Marleyan soldiers that like were hard and didn't want to like talk to them, and like realizing like that like they like softened when they're discussing like technology, and like Hanji is just like so game to learn all of this. Was she the best person as the welcoming committee? She's crazy enough to do it. Yeah. But like, I don't know if she's necessarily welcoming. Like, she got very lucky that Yelena was on that ship and chose to shoot the captain, which I figured is what happened, is that the followers of Zeke were the ones that were sent over. I thought maybe it was an entire ship of them. I didn't realize that we had mutineers and that the Marleyan soldiers, you know, are being held captive still if they do not want to, you know, have anything to do with Parody. And I think Aaron was in the right by not saying anything about the royal blood, because the only way that they could test that theory would mean that they would have to make Historia into a Titan, and she wouldn't even be like a super Titan or whatever we call them, you know, like she would just be a regular dumb Titan. And yeah, like we could kind of use a little bit of the founding Titan that way, but it would be incredibly unfair to her because she couldn't change back. So Aaron not saying anything is like such a kindness to her. And I'm happy he didn't say anything until he found a different way, which is Zeke, who is already a Titan, but also a superpower Titan who can change back into a human form. So like they're not taking that self-agency away from anybody. Like that's the biggest thing, is forcing somebody to do something they don't want to do or be something that they're not. Oof. And it's kind of like she probably would have done it too. Here's the thing, is that like she sacrificed an opportunity to grow up with her father and have power and to like eat Aaron and be something bigger and different. And she probably would have said, this is for my people, and probably would have taken the shot and would have let Aaron do whatever he needed to do. That's just kind of her nature. Maybe, I don't know, I could be making that up, but like that's kind of what it felt like, is like something that she would have done. There was so much that was in that episode. Gabi still hates Aaron. Not surprised. Falco, traumatized. But I'm glad we finally got the history of it. And mild, I mean, there's probably more that's coming for sure. But like that was a quick episode. And it jumping and like me being like, yes, listen to Pixis. Yes, listen to Pixis. Pixis knows his shit. And then it's like gunpoint. I'm like, oh, yeah, now we have caution, huh? Because you guys might enact a plan that Zeke is putting forward that we don't know about. I mean, I get it, but I don't like it. Probably because I'm like so trusting and so naive and so just like, no, like he's got the, like, do I think he wants the Eldian people free? Yes, in Liberio. And maybe this is the way that like he can make it happen, is to like sabotage everything that they're trying to do over in Parody and think that they're working together. I don't want to trust Zeke blindly, which I probably would have before, but like I also trust Pixis. So why, for whatever reason, Pixis had the rest of the Marleyan army at gunpoint, I have to kind of go, he sees something I don't, or he is, I don't know, trying to be cautious. I rarely ever disagree with Pixis. Except like the one time that he was just like, oh, that's exactly how they thought you were going to react when, we said Titans were attacking, is that you were going to close the doors and sacrifice more people. I was kind of mad at him until he said that, and I was like, yes. I need to just hold my judgment, see where each side could be coming from. Aaron saying like, fight, keep fighting, just fight. And why was it so cold? Where was he that it was so cold? Because they made a point to make sure that he kept blowing his like breath out, and it was like fogging. Like, I don't know if he was like deep in the ground or if he was like somewhere else, because did we see Aaron with anybody other than them shooting with guns? I don't think Aaron was with anyone else. So like, did he go like north? Is he somewhere where it's cold? Or he could just be in a basement. I have no idea. But the fact that we didn't see Aaron with the rest of the group, and Zeke was just like, when do I get to meet with Aaron? Or I get to see Aaron or whatever. I think that keeping them separated is a really good idea until maybe they can do a little bit more research into like what actually happens if Zeke and Aaron touch. And because did they fight at all? Has he fought Zeke? I don't think he has. I'm trying to think, because even when we saw Zeke, he had no arms or legs, and he's like, I'll come back for you, which he could be doing right now. So they've never had a connection for Aaron to like feel any of that. And not that it's not important, but if Armin has Bertholdt's memories, no matter what, you write every bit of that down and every detail that you can, because something so innocuous as him like saying something and you're like, that doesn't make much sense. It could be a passcode. It could be like something that's incredibly important. He could have a memory that comes rushing back to him and he's just like, oh, that. I don't know. And like, can Armin get through to Annie? Is there one person that she would like open her eyes to? Because Bertolt's dead. Can't use him for that. Wouldn't let Reiner down there anyway. Maybe Zeke? I'm like, maybe Aaron could just be like, dink, dink, dink. I ate Lara. But I guess Annie wouldn't even know that Lara was the Warhammer. Or, I mean, I would say he could transform in front of Annie as the Warhammer, but we can't transform in front of Annie. Man, it is... This show is so good at giving you a little bit to like feed you, but then starving you for all the rest. Like you get like a taste of like the one thing that you might want. In this case, maybe French fries in honor of Sasha. But like you also like want the hamburger that's sitting over there and a little sip of the beer and maybe some of the deep fried pickles. And they're just keeping that all from you and giving you a single French fry where you're just like, this is tasty. Oh. No more, huh? I want my goddamn meal. Give me the full meal. Freaking out, man. It'll unfold. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. Just prop my eyes open with toothpicks so I can just keep watching. It is so hard. Like, y'all are so, like, freaking lucky that you can binge watch this if you want. I do not have that luxury. I have to be actively engaged to make sure I'm emotionally engaged, make sure that I'm picking up every detail that I possibly can and not miss anything. I kind of messed up in the last one by going like, royal blood, it must be Lara, it must be the Warhammer Titan. Dummy, Zeke, he's sitting right there. He just said it. Anyway, and I thought Grisha had mentioned Dinah and Zeke and that Dinah was of royalty, but it seemed like... Well, I guess everyone didn't know that Aaron had killed Dinah and Dinah was the one that ate his mom and like all of that personal side. So, okay, I guess that would make sense. But they probably knew Zeke was, yeah. I mean, like when he wrote and he said, I'm of royal blood. Sometimes I love being me. Sometimes it's so annoying. Anyway, guys, if you want to watch the full-length reaction of this episode, it will be available on my Patreon up to 4 episodes early. But in the meantime, like, subscribe, and leave a comment down below. How you doing? How you feeling? What did you think about learning this portion of the story? I figured Zeke had probably sent some people over, but I thought it was like Zeke was handpicking people. I kind of forget that as much as they like hold Zeke in high regard, it's like kind of just like the freshest, warmest turd, you know? Like, all the other Eldians are complete shit, but, like, Zeke is, like, at least the one that's, like, on the top, I guess. They would never let him pick a complete crew and send people over there, so they'd have to infiltrate and make it happen. And the fact that, like, Yelena, like looks up and sees Zeke and thinks that he's a god instead of a monster, like, that shows you like the thin line in between gods and monsters, where somebody could believe so heavily in one thing and you look at it and go, "You nuts," right? And I mean, if I saw a huge monkey man in front of me that wasn't King Kong, I would just be like, no. And even King Kong, I'd be like, no, from far, far away. Start trying to summon Godzilla, quite frankly. It just made me think of the opening where, like, the animals that were traced out were running with, like, the little red heartbeats. And I was just kind of like, are there going to be dinosaurs on this? No. Anyway, guys, lost my mind. I'm looking forward to the next episode because now that Zeke is here, we see that Armin is talking to Annie and trying to wake her up because now we know that the Colossal and the female Titan are like their biggest warriors or like their strongest warriors. Those two becoming friends again and trusting Armin, her like kind of actually allowing herself to care about the people of Parody instead of like staying distant. That way she can remain a psychopath. Like maybe that'll happen. Probably not. I don't have much faith in Annie turning on Marley only because she like for 5 years was able to like keep it at bay and just be antisocial and not be friends with anybody. So, you know, I don't have much hope for that. And I don't even know if she can hear him. I don't know if I needed to see Sasha's funeral, but it reminded me of like Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, where you lose a character in one episode and then the next episode you're like, oh, I wonder what the repercussions are. And it starts out with a funeral. And it's kind of the same thing where it's just like, okay, we lost her. And then they're like, we're not done yet. Here's like the mark that she made, especially on this one Marleyan soldier. And, you know, we're going to see her family grieving for her too. Ow. I can't believe she's gone. It was so much fun having her around. And people did tell me that she was supposed to be like killed off a lot earlier, but that the writer of the manga like loved her so much that they didn't want to. So I appreciate that. I think that she's a great character. I think she was great for comic relief, but I mean her and Jean's like little OVA was like one of the funniest things. It was such a great comic relief from everything that was so heavy in this show, and I absolutely loved that episode. But you know, like I'm gonna miss her. I really am. And Connie saying it's like my twin and like I've lost half of myself. Like, come on, Connie. I'm gonna start crying again. Whoo. We can't be losing it at the end of the commentary. Keep the tears for the reaction. It's just try to throw them to the screen and like next episode, bring them out. I wish I could control it because sometimes it's really unfortunate that I start crying at certain things. Like when I'm at a restaurant and I take a bite of food, I'm like Sasha, where like I'll get tears in my eyes and my husband's just like, I love when you have a piece of food that makes you cry. Or it was standing in front of the Paris Opera House after like just 30 plus years of like seeing it in books and hearing about it and seeing it on TV. And then it was in front of me and I just started sobbing and I was just like, it's the things that people love about me, but like sometimes I have no control. So now that I've caught my breath, I'm no longer going to cry. Okay. So guys, come back here for the next episode. There may or may not be tears. No promises, but you'll have to find out. So come back for that. And in the meantime, guys, I'll see ya.